Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. So inshallah in this lesson we're going to be discussing the places where you use wasl, meaning you have at with waw. Okay, and the two places, and shall discuss both of them today inshallah. So here we have mawadhi'ul wasli bil waw. The places where you do wasl with waw, where you do at with waw. And it says yajibul waslu fi mawdi'ain. Wasl, meaning at, is necessary in two places. Al-awwal and the thani, to come on the next page inshallah. So إذا اتفقت الجملتان خبرا أو إنشاء. When both sentences اتفقت, they match or they agree in being khabar or insha. Okay? What does that mean? That either both sentences, the first one and the second one, they're both khabariyah, or they're both insha'iyya. Okay? Number one. So condition number one is what? That they both match in khabar and insha. Condition number two is quite obvious. Is that kana baynahuma jihatun jami'atun. And he says ay munasabatun tamma. That between both sentences there's some kind of common element. Or he says here a complete compatibility. What does that mean? That they link up. Okay? What does that mean? Let's say, let me give you examples where it can work or where it can't work. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ مَانِئُ مِنَ الْأَطْفِ. These two conditions are met. Condition number one, they're both khabariyah or they're both insha'iyah. And condition number two is at the meaning. So one is a condition in ma'na, one is a condition in bina, meaning that's the form. So they're both khabariyah and insha'iyah, or they both they both have some kind of common element between them. And there's nothing to stop from atf. He brought this condition because you can get a scenario where they're both khabariyah, both insha'iyah, or both insha'iyah. There's a jihat jami'ah, but something other reason we've stopped the atf. And that will come in number 5. Fasl. Okay? So if you look at this example, Innal abarara lafi na'im. Khabariyah insha'iyah? It's not a trick question. Khabariyah. Yeah, because khabar. Indeed, the God-fearing or the pious will be in na'im, the bliss of Jannah. Wa innal fujjara lafi jahim. Now if you look at this is khabariyah. So that aspect is not a problem. This is also a khabariyah. And do they match? Abrar fi na'im, fujjar fi jahim. Are they common, talking about the same topic? Yes? So that's fine. وَالنَّحْوُ, another example. فَلْيَدْحَكُوا قَلِيلًا. They should cry, they should laugh more and, they should laugh less and cry more. This is what insha'iyah. Insha'iyah. And this is also what? Insha'iyah. Correct? They both are insha'iyah. And they both have a common element, like laugh less, cry more, they match. Now let's say for example, you have an example, we say Zaydun katibun al-qamaru saghirun asgharu min ash-shams. So they're both khabariyah, it's not matching up. Do you understand? And you usually won't find this in normal speech because that's an aib in the kalam, isn't it? That's why, for example, some of this, when you look in the books of Balagah, you go deeper, some of them have got some poems as examples, and this is a problem, this poem, that people have the ta'aqub of this poet because he's mentioned 2 or 3 elements together. Don't matter, is this irrelevant? They don't have any connection between 2 of them. Okay? So you wouldn't really find a kind of example in any kind of, unless, for example, it's a quotation or you're quoting a list or something, but other than that, you wouldn't find something like this. Okay, this is what I mean by they have a jihatun jami'ah. They have some kind of common element. I mean, a logical consequence between them.
Isn't that what most, like, when speech or someone's saying something, it's usually like that?
Yeah, usually you would have a jihatun jami'ah. That's how we speak normally. So this is something abnormal. Okay? Another example. So what happened here? You run through it with me. Ya Maryamu uqnuti li rabbiki wasjudi warka'i ma'ar-raki'in. Sentence number 1, sentence number 2, and sentence number 3. They're all what? Insha'iyah, because they're made up of an amr. So because of this, they all have a waw between them, and obviously it's a flowing link. Ruku, qunut, obey your Lord, be obedient to your Lord, prostrate, do ruku. So not a problem. Correct? وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَ. Now this is a bit of a tricky one. وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ لَا تَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا اللَّهَ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا وَذِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْيَتَامَى وَالْمَسَاكِينِ وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ. Is لا تعبدون إلا الله خبرية إنشائية.
Insha.
How's it insha'iyah?
لا تعبد.
It's not لا تعبد لا تعبدون.
Apparently it is khabariya because but then you said what was it?
So, and your Lord took a covenant from the Banu Israel. You will not worship other than Allah. You will be good to your parents and the close relatives and the orphans and the destitutes, and you will say to the people, good, and establish salah and give zakah.
You know, the way you translate insha. So
I translate insha, but I'm not mufassir. You can't take my opinion. I'm not mufassir here.
So this is that one which.
That's not proof. You got to explain to me the evidence.
So this is that one which, when you use khabariya instead of insha, no, use it. Khabariya instead of insha for obviously the common knowledge is emphasis.
Emphasis is an easy way to get out. You call it khabar lafzan. In lafz, what kind of saygha is it? These words, these symbols represent a khabariya. But in ma'nan is what? It's insha'un in terms of its meaning. So insha'un ma'nan.
In this, it doesn't have any sort of linkage to it, would it?
Is it? Allah says in Bani Israel, these are a few commands. These are the commandments we have to do. Do not worship other than Allah. Be good to your family, kinsmen.
Covenant. So I was wondering,
Yeah.
where did you-
So this is the covenant of Bani Israel. What's the covenant of Bani Israel? This is the covenant. Same thing here. This is masdar. So what's the fa'il mahzuf? Is it amar or is it a fa'il, whatever, a fa'il mudari? But whatever, all of these are insha. All of these are insha. This is insha lafzan, insha lafzan, insha lafzan. This is insha ma'nan. But in lafz, what is it? Khabar. And we've discussed it before that sometimes you can use a khabar. You can use a khabariya bina, a khabariya form and structure, but the meaning is insha for different reasons we discussed before. Or we discussed it in the khatima of this ilm al-ma'ani, inshallah. Okay? You understand here? Curveball in between. But you understand? Okay. The second scenario where you must have a wow. Okay? Is this, and again, this is one of those one I told you, the few one-offs that don't really come too often. Is this one? Let's say, for example, I said, you said to me, can I help you? Yeah, you said in Arabic, I said, can I help you? And I say, La, may Allah give you barakah. Can I help you? No, I don't need any help, barakallah.
Isn't that a dua though? Isn't that a dua?
Yeah. Now, if you read this together, La barakallah. What does it mean?
No.
May Allah not give you barakah. That's not what's intended here, is it? No. But when you're speaking, for example, there's a few hadith. There's a hadith, for example, of the hadith of the very famous hadith about Hazrat Dawood alayhi salatu wasalam. That there's two ladies and they were disputing regarding their child. Whose child is it? Do you remember that one? So the Dawood salatu wasalam made a decision, okay, well, we'll cut the baby in half and share it. Obviously it wasn't a decision, but it was a way of trying to find out more information. So he said, we cut the baby in half and we split it. So the mother said, no, just give it. The other was probably deluded or some kind of mental illness or whatever she had. So she was under impression, she was just obsessed with my baby. But the mother said, no, I'll sacrifice my baby. Dawood said that this is a sign. And he obviously had other proofs to substantiate his decision that this is the mother. Because the mother obviously she wouldn't be deluded. So she said in there, La, and he said, Barakallah, something like that. So when you're speaking, I said, La. Do you need any help? La. Barakallah. So the stop in my pronunciation, enunciation, that is going to be what? Enough. But when you write it, if I say La Barakallah, then it can seem as if what? I'm making dua against you. So in here, you need to have a wow, because this will cause what? A problem in terms of the meaning. So the ibara is what? The second scenario where you must bring atf. إِذَا أَوْهَمَ تَرْكُ الْأَدْفِ خِلَافَ الْمَقْصُودِ. Where or when leaving atf can create or give the impression of a meaning which is contrary to the intended meaning. When leaving atf gives the impression of a meaning contrary to the intended meaning. كما إذا قلت, like if you say لا وشفاه الله, you say لا وشفاه الله. When جوابا in response لمن يسألك, for someone who's asking you, هل برئ علي من المرض? Has Ali recovered from his illness? So you say لا وشفاه الله. لا, he's not recovered yet. وشفاه الله, may Allah grant him shifa soon inshallah. Now, if you leave the wow, what will happen? You say لا شفاه الله. You might think, I don't want to recover. Permanent injury. You say no, la, he's not recovered yet, and may Allah give him shifa. So for tarkul wawi, if you leave wawi in this scenario, yuhimu du'a alayhi, it gives the impression or it gives a misconception that you're making dua alayhi, dua against him. وَغَرَضُكَ الدُّعَاءُ لَهُ. Whilst in reality, your purpose is to make dua for him. So that's why this wow has to be brought, if not it will give the wrong meaning.
It's a common in English.
Common in English, yeah. But obviously they don't have wow, they don't have commas in, but then obviously commas only recognized in written speech. And obviously in written speech as well, what can happen is that you could miss it out, not read properly. And remember, as I told you before, that full stops, commas, exclamation, quotation marks weren't used in classical Arabic. They weren't there. It's a modern thing. So all the other punctuation you see now is most of it taken from English. Okay, it's all understood from before. Okay, because remember Arabic was very is more of this, yeah, spoken. Obviously it's written as well, but spoken a lot more. Because obviously writing is a lot more to do with development and society and all that kind of stuff. And the Arabs weren't that developed. That's why so many people in Arabic couldn't read. But they were still eloquent because they were focused mainly on the spoken language. And because just because you can't write, in our time it's an aib. You can't write or read, but in those times everything was a spoken language. For people to speak, they want to speak, okay, he's not educated. But not speaking was not a sign of being uneducated. So the Prophet couldn't read anybody else's stuff, he couldn't write his own stuff down, but he was eloquent. Okay? Got it? So if you go back now, remember I told you yesterday, we're talking about what? An as in Jumla Musta'nifa. And I went through all the scenarios with you. So what we've been through now is this one. Here's where you do what? You bring a waw. Where is munasabatun tamma, and they both match in khabar and insha. Correct? And then there's one scenario, so the last scenario is kamalu inqita. That la and shafahullah are completely different. Because la is what? Khabariya. Isn't it? Hal bari'a aliyun min maradihi, la ya ma bari'a aliyun min maradihi. That's what you mean to say, khabariya. And shafahullah is insha'iyya, so it's kamal inqita. They're both separate, innit? One's khabariya, one's insha'iyya. So it's supposed to be kamal inqita, and kamal inqita does not have a waw between it. But because ma'al iham, because of a misunderstanding that can be created or occur, that's why you have to bring waw here as well. So this is occursion. This is what? Wasl number 1, and this is the most common one, and this is quite rare. I mean, you're gonna assume, and you yourself judge how rare this would be. Now, the second scenario you get, you have to bring atf. Okay? You following? Subhanallah, bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayka.